Hello dear students of class 9A. Very good morning to you all. Hope all of you are keeping fine and doing well. Dear students, in this particular class, we will be learning poem number 2, that is The Cold Within, written by James Patrick Kenny. He is the poet. So in this poem, I have already uploaded the videos to you, but it's an explanation video and all the things I have given you in my previous video. But let me read the poem once again and explain it for you. In your page number 11, you are going to see about our poet. Poet's name is James Patrick Kenny. Let us get some introduction about him. James Patrick Kenny is an American poet who wrote this poem in the 1960s. Although it was first rejected as being too controversial, it gained popularity rapidly after it had been read out at a council meeting of all religions. The poem describes the tragic death of a group of 6 who stand around a fire, each holding on grimly to a log of wood, allowing their selfishness, prejudice, malice, and suspicions to dictate their actions. They refuse to share the log to fuel the dying fire and keep each other warm. Eventually, the fire dies out, and in the morning, all 6 of them are found frozen to death, each clutching, even in death, a log that could have so easily saved their lives if only they had overcome the petty barriers of class, race, and religion that divided them. The poem is a simple yet powerful reminder that if we selfishly hold on to the world's resources and the wealth that it has to offer, if we persist in discriminating on grounds of race, religion, caste, gender, and ethnicity, we all are lost. Yes, it's a very powerful message. Never in our life let us alienate the people based on their caste, color, religion, nation, nationality, and so on. Let them live with their culture, their background. We should not have any type of prejudice, malice, and selfishness towards those people. All may not be always with us. They may be different. Let them live with their difference. Allow them to live. That is what we have to. Please focus on this poem. 6 humans trapped by happenstance in bleak and bitter cold. Each one possesses a stick of wood, or so the story is told. Their dying fire in need of logs, but the first one held hers back, for of the faces round the fire she noticed one was blind. The next man looking across the way saw one note of his church and could not bring himself to give the fire his stick of bridge. The third one sat in tattered clothes. He gave his coat a hitch. Why should his log be put to use to warm the idle rich? The rich man just sat back and thought of the wealth he had in store and how to keep what he had earned from the lazy, shiftless poor. The black man's face bespoke revenge as the fire passed from his side, for all he saw in his stick of wood was a chance to spike the white. The last man of this forlorn group did not expect for gain, giving only to those who gave it's a very simple poem, dear students. I hope you have already understood it, but let me remind you about the poem once again. Imagine, especially the winter season, the severe winter season, where you sit fire and sit around the fire to warm yourself up. Now, in this situation, a group of 6 members are sitting around a burning fire or a dying fire, and each person was holding a stick in his hand, and these persons could have given his stick to the fire so that they would have just kept themselves warm. But because of their selfishness, prejudice and malice towards others, they were not willing to give this fire or low piece of wood to the fire. They did not want to do. That is the content. Imagine and try to understand this point. 6 humans trapped by happenstance, by chance. 6 people come around by chance around a burning fire. In bleak and bitter cold, in extremely cold evening, 6 people come together around a burning fire. Each one possessed a stick of wood. Each person was holding a piece of wood. Oh, so the story is told. As the story is told, each person was holding a stick in his or her hand, and they all were sitting around a burning fire which was dying. Their dying fire in need of logs. Their dying fire. This fire was almost getting extinguished, and the fire was requiring some logs, firewood, and this person were having their wood. But the first one held her stick back. She told, for the faces around the fire, whatever faces she saw around the fire, she told the fire, she noticed one was black. Of all the faces, one person's face was black. So she thought of not giving that log to the fire. The next man, the second man, looking across the way, he also looked. The second person looked around. So one was not of his turn. This person was not coming to his turn. That means he belonged to another legion and could not bring himself to give. So he did not want to give his fire. The fire is stick of bridge. Bridge is a kind of tree. It's a kind of tree, and he was having a stick of the bridge. So he also did not want to give that firewood to the fire to be burned. The third one sat in tattered clothes, torn clothes, old clothes. He gave his horn a hitch, which means a sudden pulling of the shore. Like, some people do like that. Yes, hitch, pull. Why should his log be put to use to warm the idle reach? He thought, the third person thought, why should I give my fire to warm the idle, rich, lazy rich man? Why should I give or use my fire to warm this person? So he also did not give. So third one sat in a tattered means old torn clothes. He gave his coat a hitch. It means a pull. Why should his log be put to use to warm the idle rich? Why should his fire be used for warming up this rich person? The rich man, fourth one was a rich person. The rich man just sat back and thought of the wealth he had in store. The rich man thought about the wealth he had collected and stored safely, and how to keep what he earned from the lazy, shiftless poor. And he was always thinking how to save his money from this lazy, shiftless poor lazy fellows, a person who is not willing to hard work. So that was his thinking. First person thought, so rich man also was busy in thinking how to protect his saved money. And he also thought, why I should warn this poor person. The black man's face spoke out or speaking. Black man's mind was speaking of revenge. He wanted to take revenge as the fire passed from his side. Almost, the fire was dying now. As the fire died, the black person thought, from his side, for all he saw in his stick of wood was a chance to spite the white. Spite means to beat. Black person's attitude was that he wanted to beat the white person with his stick. So he also did not want to offer his log firewood to the fire to keep the fire burn. The last man, he was something different. The last man of this forlorn group, isolated group. Forlorn means separate group. Isolated group did nothing. N-O-U-G-H-T. Not means nothing except for gain. Whatever he did, he looked for profit and benefit. He did not do anything without getting something. Giving only to those who gave. He gave only to those people who gave something to him. Was how he played the game. Their law, so such a way all the characters of all the 6 people are told here, and finally let us see what happened. As no one was willing to offer their firewood to the fire, what happened? The fire extinguished, died. Their logs held tight in death's still hands. They were sitting around. Next day morning, people saw them laying dead around the ashes, the fire, with a log, with a fire stick, firewood in his or her hand. Their logs means firewood, held tight in death's still hands was proof of human sin. That was a human mistake. They did not die from the cold without, from the outside cold. All these 6 people dead. They did not die of the cold outside. They died from the cold within. Their mind, their heart was so cold, so they died. Their heart was so cold, so selfish, so prejudiced, so malice that they were not willing to offer this firewood, their firewood to the fire, and they all got killed. How they died, dear students? They all died because of the coldness of their heart. So what a wonderful point. So let me remind you about what once again I have taught you through this poem. Dear students, today we have learned poem number 2. Its poem's title is The Cold Within, written by James Patrick Kinney, and it tells about the character of 6 people who by chance came around a burning yet dying fire, holding a firewood in his or her hand. And all these 6 people were not at all willing to offer their love to the firewood. And as a result, all of them were found dead in the next morning. And the point says they all died, not of the coldness outside, not because of the extreme cold outside, but they all died because of the extreme coldness of their heart. So dear students, what is the moral lesson that we have to learn? Never isolate people, never hate people based on their caste, color, religion, food habit, culture, dress pattern, thinking pattern, and so on. Let people live, and together let us try to develop beautiful universe without hatred and selfishness. Hope you have understood this class, and rest of the things I have already given in my previous video. Please watch, subscribe the channel so that you can get the things. Alan's Tutorial is my channel. Please subscribe it. You will be getting all the latest things to you. Alright, hope you have understood the class. For the time being, I stop, and in our next class I will be giving you some question answers, that is the workbook question answers I will be giving you. Hope you have understood the class. Any confusion, any clarification, please feel to contact me or write to me in our WhatsApp group. Bye bye, take care, thank you.